The battle was not going spectacularly well. What had the rebels been thinking? They'd been thinking he would bring the Sky Ripper, or the Iblis Stone, or that he'd sideline Zenobia somehow, or turn her. Couldn't he use the Sky Ripper just once? After all, if chances were 1 in 128, that meant he'd for sure be okay the first time. They'd get worse each time he used it, but the first time would be okay, right? He wasn't sure that it was right. So he didn't fire the Sky Ripper. He just brought it along, in case.
Well, in case that segment at the workshop wasn't clear enough, the mission crashed again. I latched onto one of the pylons for one of the ships right before it disappeared, and suddenly I was floating in midair. Good to know. Speaking of which, I'm fairly sure I got it over here. Sweater.
Ooh, what's there?
There was an achievement just called Explorer for opening one of those doors for the first time, and yeah. Yeah, this is really all I did. I came here, I opened this chest. And this is where I latched onto the ship and then just crashed. But this time I actually made it in time, so whatever. It's still suddenly really weird, like... Or some kind of blizzard? Slow motion.
Hoped his hook didn't break.
Yeah, that would be kind of bad.
Someone had told him the odds didn't change just because he'd had a streak of good luck. His gut told him that was wrong, though. And he always listened to his gut. On the other hand, 128 chances to win. But one of them, he'd destroy the universe. Ooh, that seemed a bit serious. Maybe he could defeat the Emperor without firing the Sky Ripper. Maybe he could bluff, but with a real weapon. Like in cards, when you had 3 knaves, but you pretended you had a fizzbin. That could work.
Does sound like a good option. On dash. Okay. Almost a level. Success! Loot? Loot?
They didn't want their things broken. They really ought to make them stronger.
Well said. Look, more battles. Ow. Ow. Stop ganging up on me. Okay, this is bad. Really should have gotten the ability to dash into enemies.
going spectacularly well, thought Renato.
Indeed. This I leveled. No, that's good, right? Oh. Okay. Taken. Point. Phew.
Building these platforms was so expensive, they'd run out of budget for guardrails.
That's a way to put it. Okay, so there's the platform that way, or there's... I can't actually get over there, so... I suppose platform time it is. Thank you. Okay, new enemy. Apparently. Okay, simple enough. Oh, what? I was dashing! Okay. Okay, calm down. You can do this. Vamos a ver. Okay, yeah, ready. Matchboxes.
He set up the Sky Ripper and let it warm up. He would bluff if he had to. Zenobia came out, flanked by a very daunting platoon of ravens. You won't actually use that, she said in that annoying, I know everything because I'm a cat and you know nothing because you're just a fox voice she had. Or I know the odds. Good, because there's a real chance you could destroy the universe. No, not the first time I use it. The odds are too low. What? No? Yeah, sure. The first time, the odds are practically nothing. They only go up if I use it a bunch more times. No, but that's not how odds work. You pay attention in class.
Not really, no.
Surrender, or I'll use it. Just once, he said. Don't. He felt sure the odds were with him. He had to go with his gut. That's what heroes do. Fire, he said. Please? The Sky Ripper fired. With a tremendous whoosh, the Emperor's flagship went up in flames. It was awesome. And then he noticed there was a hole in the air. A blackness, like a tear in a parchment. Wind was blowing into it, widening it. It grew larger, and even larger. Crates fell upwards into it, and the world itself seemed bent, like the reflection on a curved mirror, as it poured into the ravenous hole.
Of course.
1 in 128. What are the odds? thought Renato.
Well,
And then
those are
everything
exactly
fell into
close.
the hole and was gone. Renato
Yep.
stared at the book. He was still alive. Again. And still only flying away from burning Ubar. Had he lived that adventure? Or only dreamt it? Had he really died? It felt so real, not like a dream at all. And he'd lost again. Oh, he hated that. But he had made different choices. And he'd lost in a different way.
Yeah.
It was the book, wasn't it? Oracles showed you your destiny. But this was showing him different ways he could die miserably. Thanks a bunch, book, he thought.
That's a
But
way to
these were
say it.
destinies that he did not have to fulfill. But he'd learned another true thing. The core was powerful, but dangerous if used improperly.
Alright then, so I've somehow managed to get to two of the truths right away among these many endings. Interesting.
But
So,
that meant
yep.
there must be a destiny where he survived and won, right? Otherwise, what was the point? And with that, the book's pages fluttered back once more to the beginning, and the clouds parted over the Isles of Boreas. It was time to choose. The rebellion was in trouble. Ravens were scouting for the secret rebel base. They needed a game changer. Pieces of the Sky Ripper had surfaced. Renato knew that using it could go catastrophically wrong. But he was sure he could figure out how to use it safely. Also, a temple had risen out of empty desert. The Emperor had brought the Sky Ripper pieces up out of ancient burial by his obscene rituals. Could this be where the Iblis stone was hidden? Someone better get it before he does, thought Renato.
Idea.
And also, his old friend Lapino needed rescuing. Of course, Renato had a pretty strong suspicion that Lapino had betrayed the rebellion.
He
But
did.
could Renato really leave an old friend to the Ravens?
We can. So next time we will try the temple.
The island was windswept desert. No one went there except ostriches and ostrich hunters. The Iblis stone. It sounded ominous. It sounded powerful. If the Emperor was searching for it, it must be dangerous. And so, Bernardo went ostrich hunting.
Right then, that was the first story, the second story completed, and yeah, I hope you had fun. If you liked, please comment, like, subscribe, whatever, and yeah, don't forget to hug fluffy tails. Bye bye!